Hello everybody, welcome to Cosmic Gaming Unlimited. Today we'll be tearing down the RG35XX Plus by Ambernick. This is one of my favorite devices. I picked it up on its launch as a pre-order. I really just haven't wanted to tear this down. I kind of wanted to just leave it at work in my desk. It is getting kind of beat up being in my desk a little bit though, but this is a nice little device just to have down there during my break times when I'm eating lunch. Also, I can break it out to show people at work. They love the little device. All right, we got the power off. Now we're going to go ahead and locate all the screws that we need to remove. We have 6 body screws in the back. They are hex 1/16 size. We're going to go ahead and also remove this battery cover, which is nice on the Plus models opposed to the normal OG models where they don't have the battery cover. So we'll remove the battery first, then we will take off the body screws and try to get inside this. For the battery cover screw, we'll be using a Phillips 000. Gently catch the battery when you tip it over. The battery is a 3300 milliamp, part number FL754663. All right, gently with your thumb on the plastic, tug, and then you got your battery moved. All right, put that on top of the battery cover. Move tools. All right, now we can start removing the body screws. All right, we're going to remove the back plate to this, so we're going to use our expunger tool to separate. Up here by the mini HDMI port, I think you can get right here. Kind of separate. All right. Oh, there it goes. I did give up. Okay. Now the volume rocker did fall off here. Your power reset button. There are screws here to hold in your L1, R1, L2, R2 buttons. They are just discrete inputs. These are not analog. So if you wanted to replace these, if they got broken, simply remove these screws and then you can put them in here. They do snap into these hinges. Mini HDMI does slot into the top portion of the shell, so that's what's holding this into place on the top. So we'll remove these, lift up from the bottom, and slide out. For the retaining screws for the motherboard, we'll be using a size 0 Phillips head. Shield here. I'm not going to use a screwdriver. So what can happen is this can hit the shield and it can damage it and lift it. So do not use your automatic screwdriver if you have one. Most people will be using their hand tools for this. So that's not really going to be an issue. Okay. All right, now we can lift. All right, now before we completely lift this off, we will go ahead and lift up the retainer for the ribbon cable to the screen. We'll go ahead and lift the retainer for the ribbon cable. I'm going to use this expunger tool can't really get a hold of it with my fingers. With my tweezers, we can remove the ribbon cable. This is kind of a tight spot to get into. Alright, we got that lifted. Now we can separate the two pieces. Here, your speaker is on the front. It has a cable that goes to the back. It's got a little plug right here if you would like to undo that and replace your speaker. You can do that. Now if you were going to remove this screen, we would peel this tape up. Then we would take a heat gun, warm this up. Don't get this too hot. With the adhesive tape warmed up, it'll become gooey and tacky and easily separatable. And whatever project we're particularly doing, you can apply new two-sided adhesive tape, press it back into place. If you're gentle with this tape, you can reuse it, but you may need to get additional tape for putting on the back of the screen. This tape helps stiffen up the areas that the two-sided adhesive cannot reach, so this tape is nice to have on here. I would not skip on putting it back on. Let's go ahead and put it back together. I'm feeding the ribbon cable to the display through first. Oof, this is kind of tricky. Oop, come on. Let's go ahead and fully seat the cable. I'm going to put down the retainer. There we go. The cable in place. I'm going to push the HDMI port into the shell first. Try to get the speaker to go into its hole below. All right. Everything fell into place very nicely. I'm going to do a random screw on the back just so we can have it snugly together. Once again, using the Phillips size 0. Doing our button check again. Everything feels nice. All right, let's go ahead and finish putting the rest of these screws in. I'm going to do these 2 screws using, once again, my hand tool, my hand screwdriver, rather than the automated one. I do not want to over tighten these and damage the processor. All right, we got those 2 screws in. Let's go ahead and put the remaining 3. Look at everything one more time with the screws. Make sure everything feels solid. Buttons still work. Nothing looks damaged. No screws out of place. No remaining parts. Looks like we're ready to put the back shell back on. First, we're going to start with the rockers for the power. All right, we just gently lay those in. Now we do with the rocker for the volume button. Make sure the plus is towards the top of the unit. Let's go ahead and put this on. Clip it into place. Does not have any satisfying clipping noises when you push it into place, which is not very good for me. I like hearing it click. Let's go ahead and put the body screws back in using the hex size 1/16. We got the battery. Let's go ahead and put that in. Cable runs along the bottom, and then we flip this down. Here's going to be our firmware. It's going to go inside the first slot, and then our games go in the second slot. Well, that's booting. Let's go ahead and put our tools away. All right, it's loaded. So you can choose from, it's detecting my built-in external So I can either do the built-in, or we'll look at my external one. That way I can play whatever I want. I'm not a very good fighting game player. We're just gonna hop into this, make sure everything's working good. And I think, looks like it's working. If you enjoy content like this, please like and subscribe. Thank you from everybody here at Cosmic Gaming Unlimited. Have a great day.